Hello, fellow adventurers and collectors, Filmaholic here. In today's episode, we're going to be looking at a couple customs, and the common through line between these two customs is that I didn't do fucking shit. So, basically, I was perusing eBay as one does, and Mercari and all the other sites that I look at, and I found a couple customs that I figured I'd buy and, bring into my collection. I typically don't seek out other people's customs because when I do that, I usually end up completely changing them to fit my aesthetic and my needs. So rarely, if ever, if I buy someone's custom, do they stay that way. So that being said, I came across this custom Motoko Kusanagi from Ghost in the Shell. I really like the look of this, and rather unfortunately, the body was not the best, and still isn't the best. It's using one of those Takara side girl bodies, and never been a fan of them. But for these two projects, I was trying to challenge myself to use what I had, and I just so happened to have this lying around. So I got rid of the body she came with, ended up putting her on another body, and tried to use as many pieces as I could from that original custom. So I'm not too sure where the head sculpt comes from, but if you look up Ghost in the Shell figure, you typically see this one out there. But yeah, I like the look of it. I think it very much invokes the manga style look that she has as opposed to the anime or movies. So very nice figure. I kind of wish that I didn't pay as much as I did for this one. That's another thing too, when you're buying customs, it's hard to justify the price unless it's something unique. But yeah, very cool figure, and one that I was glad to add to the collection. And that's actually the submachine gun she came with, and I was putting it here for a reason, because it kind of gives you a hint, if I didn't put it in the title or the thumbnail already, of the main event, so to speak. But those of you who know where this gun comes from kind of can tell where this is leading. But yeah, this is the gun that this other custom came with. I thought it was huge, and it didn't necessarily fit the look, so I gave it to one of my other characters. And to kind of lead up to what this main event is, I love helmets, cool armored designs and whatnot, and one of my favorite video games, it just so happens to be Halo ODST, and I love that game, not only because of the atmosphere, but the music that is behind it. And I've always wanted a figure of an ODST, and sure enough, this one came up on Mercari. And again, to reiterate, I didn't do fucking shit when it came to this one. The armor was printed by DTG Customs. Typically works in 1/12, but rarely, if ever, do I see it in 1/6. So immediately this was on my watch list. I was just waiting for it to hit the right price, and fortunately enough, it did. I don't know the person that painted it offhand. I'll put it in the description or on screen right now, but they did a fantastic job painting it. I just did a little bit of tweaking to it, because when it arrived, of course, the body wasn't up to par. So I think one of the arms was loose, so I ended up fixing that, using that for another custom in my collection. But we needed to pay a little bit of a moment of silence to my Call of Duty custom figure, because I sacrificed and cannibalized him in order to make this one, and I think it was for the best. I'll make him again, but I wanted again to focus on fixing and repairing these customs to my liking without, blowing the budget. So I cannibalized him and used his body and outfit to basically make my own ODST. There's still some tweaking I want to do. I'm not sure or happy if I am happy with the shoes. Outside of that, the gloves need to be changed out. And I'm not entirely sold on the gun that I have him with, but I think it looks fine. And I do want to change one of the patches on his helmet. I think the flag is going in the wrong direction, but outside of that, phenomenal paint job. I would never have been able to accomplish anything like this on my skill set, because I don't know how to airbrush at all. But if anything, this project has told me even more so that I need to learn and get into 3D printing, because admittedly, that's where I'm leaning in terms of my collection, is just making my own figures at this point. Sure, it's nice to have stuff from movies and video games that I like, but kind of want to have my own touch to my collection, and I think I've achieved that with some of my customs that you've seen here. But definitely want to lean into that a little bit more going forward. So not entirely sure how that's going to go or fold out, but I don't know. We'll showcase it here when it happens, because I do want to make a Beachhead, which is one of my favorite G.I. Joes, if not my favorite G.I. Joe. So that one's definitely on the docket, and I think might be moved up a little bit here. But in the meantime, I've been working on these, and of course my Titanfall figure as well. But never would have guessed I would have get a DTG figure, let alone 1/6, because I've always been a admirer of his work. He does fantastic prints and customs, but I just don't collect 1/12, and I couldn't justify the price for that. So when I came across this, at the very least knew I had to watch it, because there was no way this was going to happen again. It was like lightning in a bottle. So if anything, the only thing I would change is just how it's printed. It's very heavy, because it's resin printing, of course. So it's a little bit heavy. I'm worried about the body a little bit, but only time will tell with there. And yeah, I've been having a blast photographing it, and looking forward to just taking them places. I'd like to take them to one of my favorite spots to shoot at. So yeah, like I said, if anything, these projects recently have told me that I just need to kind of shift my focus in terms of trying to make my own figures and my own characters, because admittedly that's where I have the most fun, just kit bashing and seeing what works and what looks good. So yeah, with that said, I appreciate you guys checking this video out, and I will leave a link to I always fuck up the name, DTG, his website and Instagram, along with the guy that painted this, because I think he deserves some recognition as well. But yeah, I'll leave those down below so you can get some inspiration, see what's out there. So yeah, if you feel so inclined, please like, comment, and or subscribe, and I very much appreciate it. And I'll catch you all next time. Take care.